The things that you're finding out that these people did, there's no coming back from. The blessing you receive is going to be invested into your business, drink water, and healthy connection. So, like, if you're an influencer, you could be partnered with other influencers, like on a little trip or whatever, and not saying that, you know, you're just there for business, not saying that you have to exchange information with them, not none of that. No. If you get grouped with a group of people and you're going on a trip or whatever, you're going to be cordial for the trip, but when it comes down to it, you're going home like the same way you came, by yourself. You're not trying to be buddy with people just because you're on the same team or whatever, y'all in the same bracket or whatever. It's just we come here to do business, let's create our content, and then we're going home. Because that's just your mindset right now. Because you're new to the scene. Let me fill it out, and then I could make alliances. But meantime, in between time, let me get this coin, stack this bread, and catch up. Certain people that run in the same circle as these karmics, though, because they looked out for you, you're going to look out for them. And people are going to be around waiting for you to look out for them or whatever the case may be. But it's like you are not obligated to help these people, especially because of the way they treated you. It's like, why would I do that? And you just tried to spread buku rumors about me selling my body. Like, no. And you was talking about how you want to knock my glasses off. No. Nothing but nice, nothing but cordial, nothing but humble, nothing but calm. And y'all took advantage of it. Y'all thought you are blessed. It don't hurt. I glued the back of my hair down. I ain't never doing it again. I mean, I will not be doing that again. So the lessons that you went through are requiring you to pay attention to future decisions. And you operate out of love. You walked away because the direction they tried to get you to go, you didn't have it in you to do those things. So this is not my group of people. Y'all like to do this. I can't rock with y'all. I'm going to go over here, you know. But the piece of them that you did learn will come in handy when you need it to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What they say, you upgrading your character. Huh. Okay. Randomly, the grass is not greener for them. And the only reason why it was green or partially green was because of Divine Feminine's energy. But now that you've completely detached from them, their grass is dying. Karmic Feminine don't know how to keep it alive. And this and that. Like when Scar took over the land and the land looked dead and dry. Yeah. You did or are doing the work to clear your name, claim your innocence. And they hate that. Because then it requires them to deal with the karma that they sent for you or for, yeah. And then if they be like, oh, I'm dealing with this, that, and the third, blah, 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 and you don't care. It's like, you don't care about me. Da, da, da. Well, the reason why you're dealing with it is because what you did to me. So clearly you don't care about me because you wouldn't be going through this karma. If I was on my healing journey, you wouldn't have had no problem with me on it because you didn't cause my problems. But since you caused my problems, now you got to deal with karma. Yeah, no. I need some. Oh, it said whatever you want. You won and they can't take it. You're protected. So in order to right his wrongs, he's gonna help to expose this karmic, the masculine, because he was there. He recalls, he remembers, he pay attention when he start putting the pieces together on why, you know. Okay, saying that if the karmic can beat divine feminine, then the masculine will choose her. But every time she beats divine feminine, this masculine goes chasing after divine feminine to bring her back in. I was like that. So the mindset that this karmic feminine puts him in is a trauma bond, but he knows that the mindset divine feminine will put him in is healing. But he feels like divine feminine wasn't fighting for him, so he gave in to the karmic. But still, the way he handled you, once he got what he needed from you, he tossed you to the side. But then get mad when somebody else want to pick you up. Like, what? But it's nothing about what this masculine says. It's just him coming to the realization that he missed out on an opportunity. And because divine feminine missed out on so many opportunities, she's now taking the opportunity and she's not worried about nothing, don't care what happened, none of that stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So since this masculine can't have access, the karmic can't have access. Karmic feminine still again teamed up with this karmic masculine who is no longer getting access because it's like, what's at this point you're in the same boat because trying to walk away, you're not allowing me to walk away, but you're not doing what you're saying you will do as far as a relationship, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Like, regardless, I don't want it. This is my fifth time telling your ass, let's do this, let's do that. And every time it never works out, but you definitely know how to book that room. But that shit over with. So as long as divine feminine is messing with this karmic masculine, the karmic feminine can keep this masculine, but it's what the masculine wants. So the masculine that you're with is not gonna like what divine feminine is doing because she's now doing it for the karmic masculine. So now that you're figuring it all out, karma getting exposed, and they're trying to turn up the attack, but either way, that's not gonna work. It's just more unnecessary karma that you're gonna have to deal with later on down the line, on top of the karma that you're already gonna deal with because the numerous attacks. They're mad they weren't able to drain you of your energy, time, or money. So you're finally found because you're no longer consumed with the energies of these false masculines. You're controlling your surroundings. If you feel anything negative or anything happens, you're gone because it's like, you know, protecting your energy, taking care of your wants and needs. This is for you. Oops. I heard something about let's let her receive her opportunity and then take it from her that way. When you were attached to this masculine, if he needed anything, you would front it for him because that's like your love language or whatever, or showing him that you're supportive, or showing him that you got his back, or that you can help him in his time of need, that you could be there for him. But at this point, you don't care because you and that masculine's connection have been cut. Karmic Feminine started realizing that you weren't afraid to be yourself around this masculine, which meant that you were losing feelings for him. So she then, I don't know. Yeah, is trying to force this connection with karmic feminine and divine feminine. I mean, karmic masculine and divine feminine. But no, she is trying to force herself on divine feminine. Like, shorty, divine feminine is not bisexual, not a lesbian, not nothing, strictly man parts. And you are trying to force a connection. You trying to make it seem like it's something that this masculine is asking divine feminine. And divine feminine been said no. Like, even when you asked yourself, just because you got rejected does not mean that you hold on to this masculine as a result of I'm gonna get it one way or another. No, I will leave his ass alone too. Like, what? You're living a good life, enjoying experiences, even if you have to do it by yourself or with your kids, even without this masculine or whatever. Like, yeah. It was so many factors of the matter of why you couldn't, focus on your journey. Because all these distractions and delays and all the stuff like that. But now that you're getting back on track, okay, because the masculine was unsure of how you were as a person, based off of what somebody else said about you, he didn't take the time to figure it out for himself, and he painted a picture about you. So if you are allowing your masculine to lead, and his thought process about you is that you're this, that, and the third, you become this, that, and the third. So you have to cut your connections with this masculine. But because he's connected to this karmic, playing in his energy, she could have probably been, you feel me? Like, that's why it's like you can't have your cake and eat it too game. You gotta either choose the karmic or divine feminine. And when you chose the karmic, divine feminine tried to walk away. You try to guilt trip her. You try to do this, that, and the third because of what you thought you could benefit off of divine feminine. All types of stuff like that. Blah. So, yeah, you abused your authority. You abused your connection. You abused your chance, and it's over with. Support this summer. Creative karma, trying to remain on your good side. Once that karma start hitting and they know you don't care and you're not letting up, you're not giving in, none of that stuff, they are gonna try to get on your good side. They're gonna try to call you, hey, we barbecuing over here, come over. Or we finna go to my mama crib, or with my this and the third crib. Places that you've never been before, like I mentioned months ago. That karma is something that they're not gonna be able to handle. And that could be them saying that you're doing this and the third. They tried that already. You were put to that test and you passed, and you're not like that. So somebody is like that. And he's saying, well, I asked her. She told me no. She don't know nothing about that and blah, 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 blah. Okay, motherfucker straight looked you in your face and lied, because clearly she do. Your cousin could have mentioned divine feminine doing something like this. So you automatically assumed. But no, just like a siren and a mermaid, they are so similar but totally different. Bolts. Something about, are you done being mad? Yeah, because I want to get these cards out the way. As long as you were still friends with the masculine, everything was cool. But now that you're not, that lessens her chances or whatever. You know? And as a payment for this masculine doing the karmic's dirty work, she has to do something for him. And while you massaging her feet was on his thing. Blessed, a trauma bond, working on it, paid, enjoying life. 3 months. And due to your lack of knowledge and awareness, that's the reason why the attacks work, because you have been doing your research. While they riding around looking for you, what you doing? Why y'all so worried? You laughing at me because I'm on feet, but you wasting your gas riding around trying to see what I'm doing. Like, get alive. Tell me something, I do got one. I was off today and do that. So you like, what? What? Let me, childish. Trust your instinct, trust your gut now that you know better. You're blessed. They don't have the same thought process as you that gets them the manifestations that would get, like, what? But that's only because of the things that they have done in their lives before Divine Feminine. It has nothing to do with how Divine Feminine is able to receive, because half the stuff y'all did caused y'all to lose y'all abilities by lying and not being honest, by misguiding people instead of teaching them to help. Like you say, you ask them a question, see if they know the answer, and if they don't, you give them the answer, not let them believe that that's the wrong answer, or if it's the right answer, tell them it's the wrong answer, have them second guessing themselves. You might be doing a lot of food reviews. It's okay to see where somebody headed. For an example, people will be like, oh yeah, I like, I don't know. Yeah, somebody will ask you something outrageous, and if you agree with it, they'll be like, oh girl, I was just playing, I never do nothing like that, but you would really do something like that, or they could just be playing, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, I did something like that before, and then they'd be like, oh girl, no, I was just playing, I ain't no killer for, I ain't no, for, you know? But so since now that the karmic told this masculine her secret, she crazy enough to do that to him. He's scared. And they want you to be the same scared as them, that you have to check your surroundings because people are sending you threats. Nigga, if you let another nigga scare you, you gonna have to come and do that to me, and then I'm gonna have to defend myself, and then we gonna see who come out on top. But you're breaking trauma bonds and triggers. I think, I don't know. No, she talking about she had all that training and couldn't even do nothing to him for real. You know that you were in a traumatic state of mind when you got sucked into this karmic cycle. Even in your low vibration, you still managed to not get caught in too deep. Every so often you would fight, but then you would get knocked back down, and you would have to recover and all that stuff. But Now that you are healing, you are getting better. And you're recalling how people handled you during your time of sickness. That you are now ready for the next chapter and you're leaving it behind. But remember this time that you are completely detached from this karmic cycle.